Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Last Word Sports. Once again, final time tonight. We got the whole gang here, this time with a dog. Say what's up to Lucy, everybody. And today, we are going to be discussing the ending of one of the most epic series we've seen so far this playoff series, Bucks versus Nets.
Yeah.
Initial thoughts, boys.
Epic is a weird word to describe it because the first two games, it looked like Milwaukee was just going to get blown off the floor.
It did.
They were terrible.
It really
they were
did.
outmatched. And then
ugly game 3.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstances befell Brooklyn. Injuries. Harden playing on one leg.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant had probably a top 5 playoff game of all time. And here we are sitting 3-3. Somehow, some way. And let me just say, if Milwaukee does not win the title this year, Budenholzer's gone.
Yeah.
It's not Bud's fault, though.
Yeah, but this team has had so many breaks. Kawhi Leonard left the Eastern Conference. LeBron James left the Eastern Conference. Almost every other team with a star player has that player injured at this point. In fact, the team they're playing has 2 injured. And Harden, even though he's back now, is not 100%
He's
playable.
hobbled.
Like,
He's hobbled.
He didn't score a point in the first half of Game 5, which is just, for a guy like Harden who led the league in scoring,
It's unheard
in a
of.
row, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And they have Giannis healthy, they have Holiday healthy, and they have Middleton healthy. I know they've got some injuries to supporting guys like Bobby Portis and Dante DiVincenzo.
But those obviously
you got to
aren't-
get it done.
No.
Giannis is a 2-time MVP, okay? If it were not for his complete lack of success in the postseason, we'd be talking top 15 player of all time. Like, that's how dominant he is and efficient he is in the regular season. And so it's really frustrating to see this series even go to 7 games, considering the injuries that Brooklyn's been dealing with. But Giannis actually, and this is crazy, had a chance to redeem himself because it's not rare that you get a guy on the other team going for, 49, 17, and 10 or something, just all-time great game,
ridiculous.
And that doesn't end the series. So they still got a shot.
It's crazy.
Giannis has played pretty well statistically again this series. Middleton had a big Game 6. But again, it's really frustrating.
Middleton's played great in every single game they've won. So he's definitely
he's a big
Yeah,
key
he's
for them.
sort of the X factor in this series.
It's so frustrating watching a 2-time league MVP who averages upwards of 27 points a game, shoot fadeaway jump shots over 6'5" James Harden, who, when healthy, is a notoriously bad defender and is now on one leg.
There's some pride.
And he's bricking 76% of those
There's some pride there, though, because if you remember, Harden is the one who called Giannis out and says, all you do is
They've got beef. Yeah. They've got beef. But it's not just that. It's fumbling the ball when Chris Middleton hits you in the hand. It's taking 15 seconds to shoot free throws. It's all mental for the guy.
And
man.
he's 42% from the line.
What was
He's
that?
just-
What was
he
that
doesn't
stat
have-
that you showed us earlier? Like, how many minutes did he take to
It was 3 minutes and 30
3
seconds.
minutes
in
and
the first
30
quarter
in the
of
seconds.
first quarter to
In the
shoot all
first
free
quarter.
3
throws?
minutes
Yeah.
and 30 seconds.
The guy,
that is
he
absolutely
he does
ridiculous.
not have superstar
That is ridiculous.
intangibles. He does not have
Dude,
that
Shaq
ice
shoots
in
free
his
throws faster
veins,
than that.
Which is
close you out.
And
He's
Shaq's
young.
gonna go,
He's like-
and that's faster than Giannis.
Like, Giannis is having a good series. Don't get me wrong. 32,
But
12,
he's facing
and 3.
he's facing the
not
same
bad.
problems as Ben Simmons.
But he's facing
down
the same
stretch
problem.
of games.
56% from the field, that's great. But going 24% from the 3 when you do not need to be taking threes. He shouldn't be shooting threes. We've been saying this for years.
Well,
free throw shooting.
he
Free throw
finally-
shooting 100%.
I saw this thing on TikTok, and it was this guy kind of comparing all of these guys who are really bad at shooting threes. He said Ben Simmons can't shoot threes, knows he can't shoot threes, doesn't shoot threes. Russell Westbrook can't shoot threes, doesn't know he can't shoot threes, continues to shoot threes. Giannis can't shoot threes, knows he can't shoot threes,
But shoots
still
threes.
shoots threes.
Still shoots threes.
He's shooting 24%.
I
But
got-
you know,
I gotta
part
say-
of that too,
this
man,
last game,
is Budenholzer. You said Budenholzer's blameless. He's not. Okay, as a coach, you have to get it through Giannis's head. No more threes. Attack freaking 6'5" James Harden.
And
And
the
on top of
free
that,
throw.
and on top of that,
free throw.
okay, on top of that, Giannis's excuse every time people say, "Why the hell are you sitting there in the corner guarding Joe Harris when PJ Tucker is getting 49 dropped on his head and you're a defensive player of the year?" Every time his excuse is, Coach, I do what my coach asked me to. Coach tells me to guard Joe Harris,
Just go
I guard
guard.
Joe Harris.
Just go guard.
Okay, you have to come to Budenholzer if he isn't already telling you. Demand a switch, okay? Take KD.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you have to do it the whole game.
You were the
But
D-boy last
in,
year.
in the fourth quarter, man, when KD is heating up, in Game 5, you cannot sell like that and just let PJ Tucker. I love PJ Tucker. He's tough. He's physical. He's
He's
a good
gritty.
leader.
But he's
6'5", dude.
And
KD
Durant is a
is
7-footer who
6'11".
can shoot threes.
Yeah.
and
It's kind of
You need just
it seems like all the
take it,
defensive
man.
player of the years are kind of
Take on the challenge. But the difference with Gobert, Nick, is that Gobert is a
We
very
know he can't
specific
guard anybody
skill set,
outside of the
right?
fives.
Yeah.
Giannis can
Gobert
guard
is a
these
one-on-one
guys.
defender.
He can
too.
guard 4.
Yeah. Giannis can guard these guys in the regular season, and he's not stepping up to the challenge.
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
all mental with this guy, and it's really frustrating to watch
No.
because he's a super good guy.
Listen, I love
hard
you.
worker,
I love
humble
Giannis.
I
player.
love
Giannis is one of my
Giannis.
favorite
I
players.
love
of all time.
Giannis, and I love that he didn't take a single
It's just-
three
That was the
in
best
Game
part of this last
6.
game.
He's baffling.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's
but
all
Kevin
mental.
Durant, we got to give our props to Kevin Durant. I just want to say
Oh, he's having a
34
historic
points per game,
series.
11 rebounds,
In my
6
opinion,
assists,
he's the
2
greatest player on
steals,
the
a
planet.
1.4 blocks.
I can see
on
that,
50% from the field, 37% from 3, and 85% from the line.
Yeah.
This dude is going nuts right now. And he did it last game without the help. I know people kind of dog on him for, always having help and stuff. But this last game,
No, he's
No,
done
but
it
that
without
was
help.
that was a big game.
This
Now,
is-
it
this
doesn't
is him
matter.
proving,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter if they don't win the series.
Yeah.
That game will have a lot less impact, and it will be more likely to be
It'll be
forgotten.
overshadowed.
It's kind of
If
like how
Giannis and the Bucks
Dame
win
had
Game
his
7.
historical game and it's overshadowed by the fact that we
Exactly.
lost.
But
you know?
if the Nets can win this series and perhaps the title, that will be kind of like a defining moment when KD, because KD's never had to take on that burden, like you said, of
look at
playmaking,
KD's
of
legacy,
rebounding,
dude.
of being that guy.
It's just shrouded by
especially
Snake.
like with the path that he's had so far. If he ends up taking this team to the Eastern Conference Finals, they end up winning the finals. It's huge for not only
Yeah.
That's massive. He
like,
becomes a
this
top
team,
10
he
player of all
becomes a
time.
Top 10 player of all time.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's always
huge
had
for his
someone
legacy.
else to
I
set
agree.
the table, and he's been one of the best scorers ever. And it's almost unanimously agreed on that he is.
Yeah.
But
he's
just
7 foot and can do
yeah,
everything.
he's
Him
always
coming
had someone else initiating the offense, setting the table, partners in crime, so
Yep.
to speak.
And then you can say, oh my gosh, well he just added Kyrie Irving. He just added James Harden. These guys are really good at setting him up and
Yeah.
getting him looks.
Exactly.
So if he can finish this series and then make it to the finals and win while being sort of the initiator of the offense,
With Harden and Kyrie
with
down.
with Harden hobbled and Kyrie out for who knows how long. Hopefully not that long, because even though I'm not a big Kyrie fan, I still never like any player getting injured ever. So it would be big for him, because everybody's always talking about, well, look, he had Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and then in OKC it was like, well, he had Russell Westbrook, who literally ended up being an MVP like almost as soon as he left.
Year after.
Yeah,
And
the year after. Yeah. And so it's just like, it'd be massive for his legacy. I wouldn't be upset to see him win it, because even though I'm not a big fan of him, I think it would be like, okay, he's proven.
Here's the thing: is that if he wins this year, it would be his first time winning the championship as the unanimously best player on the team.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best player.
Well,
James
so
Harden's a great
here's the
player.
thing.
But I got Kevin Durant.
He was the best player on the Warriors, but it's not.
It wasn't
still
unanimous,
Steph's
though.
team,
That was
and
Steph's
that's
team.
the
still
thing. It was
outplaying
Steph's team, and Steph didn't outplay Durant.
most of the time, except for
Durant-
maybe in the finals.
Listen,
Finals. Kevin
Durant was
Durant.
clearly
Yeah.
the best player on the Warriors, but I know a
It's
lot
still
of guys.
not unanimous,
Nick, just
though.
let me freaking talk,
I just
dude.
wanted to say
you
it.
just keep cutting me off. And yes, it is unanimous. We all know Durant is better than Curry. Come on, I love Curry. It is without a doubt Durant was better than Curry.
At
But
their peaks, yes.
Dude,
The thing is-
I'm gonna side with Nick here.
Listen,
For like the first time in my
dude,
life.
At their peaks, if you give me
We made
peak
it, baby.
I know.
listen.
peak KD and
Bro,
peak
that's-
Steph,
yeah.
I'm
For this
picking
moment,
peak
for this
KD.
moment.
But overall, honestly, I'm with Nick and Chuck.
What I was gonna say is there are any number of players you could have put on those Warriors teams with Curry, Clay, and Draymond that
And they
would have won
And they
the
would've
title.
won.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
point, yeah.
If you didn't cut me off like 9 times,
I cut you off
but
like twice.
I think it is clear that Kevin Durant was better than Curry. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Durant was better than Curry, but
In the finals.
any
yeah.
number of players, if you would put Harden on those teams, if you would put Kawhi on
If you
those
put
teams,
any
if you-
top 20
if you
player
put
on those
LeBron
teams.
on those teams and put KD
Dude,
on
imagine
Cleveland,
Giannis on those teams.
Giannis on those teams.
That would
Oh
be
my God,
filthy.
yeah.
Any
That's a
number.
gross-
That just fills all the gaps they don't
Anthony
have.
Davis.
That's a
Anthony
gross
Davis,
thought.
Any of the
Oh my
top
gosh.
10-ish players in
Yeah,
the
but-
league. So
What I'm saying is that they did not need KD to win. They need KD to win this series. I know Kyrie and Harden are incredible players. They're not winning without KD. But with KD, they are unstoppable, in my opinion, if they're all healthy and they're all playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think, just to say this, I have the Nets winning the series back in Brooklyn. But if Milwaukee somehow wins it, whatever team comes out of this series, I have winning the finals. Truthfully, I have them winning the finals.
I would agree.
if Brooklyn gets past this and Kyrie comes back, or at least Harden is more of himself, then I think Brooklyn can win the finals. If Milwaukee gets past this, I do not.
You have Philly.
I have
You have Philly
no
over
faith
Milwaukee.
in the
It is
Bucks.
filthy.
They've just gotten
If they
everywhere.
meet the Hawks, though,
Yeah,
Bucks
but
versus
if they
Hawks.
beat the Hawks,
Which they will.
then they
But you
lose.
have
They
Hawks in
will
seven.
meet
The
the
Bucks,
Hawks.
the Bucks would lose to the winner of the West. I do not have the Bucks winning the title. I cannot have faith in
Because
this
you just
team.
think it's going to be the Clippers.
Yeah,
It's not.
because you just think it's going to be Clippers.
not
in
gonna
the
be.
finals.
I don't-
It's not.
I don't
It
know. I
won't,
don't know if the
baby.
Clippers will win the title without Kawhi.
I don't know.
But I
No,
don't
they're
think
not.
the Bucks will win
Yeah,
the
and
title.
there's his escape plan right there.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
My escape plan.
Yeah.
Okay, Kawhi Leonard getting injured. is not an escape plan. This dude was having a historically great postseason.
Yeah, go check
He
out
is
that video
right
if
up
you
there
haven't
with Kevin
already.
Durant as one of the best two
Scott's gonna
players on the
recap it
planet.
real quick. Yeah.
But yeah, no. The thing is even though Buds has been a questionable coach this series, and Giannis has had some rough patches from three and from the free throw line. I really do like Milwaukee. I like Giannis a lot. It's hard for me to root against them and say that they're not going to do well, especially with Chris Middleton coming off the night he just did.
You know,
So-
Milwaukee on paper matches up so well with them.
Yeah.
And
They
that's why
they
it's
match up
really
tremendously.
so
with
frustrating.
them.
They have the best chance
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's why I say.
Like, even a fully healthy, you'd have Holiday on Kyrie, you'd have Middleton on Harden, and then you would
Giannis
have
on KD,
Giannis or
but they
PJ
don't wanna
Tucker
do
on
that.
KD. I don't know why Giannis isn't demanding a switch onto KD.
At
He's
least,
the
at
best
least
defender
in big
on that
moments.
team.
You don't
Yeah.
have to ask him to guard KD the whole game.
Yeah,
for
because
40
that's
But
going
at
to be
least just
taxing.
guard
He
him
needs
some.
some
Yeah.
energy.
in the
You
fourth
you can't
quarter.
give PJ
same
Tucker him the entire game. You
Yeah.
can't have PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker's a dog.
too damn old, dude.
He's a
PJ
good
Tucker's
defender,
a
and he's
dog,
small.
but
Like,
he's-
But he's old. as
He's
He's
dirt.
not the player
He's
to put on
old and he's just small, Well, not like small in terms of mass, but like,
he's like
he's short.
He's short.
He's
like
short.
Chuck. He's dense.
Do you still agree with him about Curry and KD?
Yeah. KD was the best player on that team.
Oh my God! Now you're on.
No, now that I'm thinking about it more, Nick, Curry was incredible at his peak. But if you're saying like individual peaks, Curry's peak might have been better than KD's. But I think when they were on the team together, KD
KD's
was the
been more
better player.
consistent.
KD performed more.
What I'm saying,
He's been more
performance-wise.
consistent over the course of his career.
Now, if you're saying who would I rather have as my number
Curry.
one, that is to, like just on their own teams,
I'd
like
take
KD.
That's
But
extremely
Curry,
difficult.
Curry,
Well, I mean,
Curry
it
on
depends.
his own accomplished more than KD did.
He's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
been on his own.
that's true.
No, but when he was with Russ and a young
But
Harden,
I mean, Russ was still like a good player.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
and they still have.
I'm saying
surge
Curry.
up.
I'm saying Curry
He's
accomplished
not-
more.
he's
I'm
not-
agreeing with you.
he's agreeing with
I'm
you.
saying Curry
I
accomplished
know
more
you're so used
playing
to us just
Draymond.
like,
Well, I'm used to
than
y'all
KD
just
did.
cutting me out of the equation and just talking
You know
over
what?
me. So.
Nick is no longer a member of this podcast. You've been cut out of the equation.
you
We're
can
keeping
leave
Lou.
the dog.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can leave
well,
the dog
I
with
am
that.
bringing her with me.
I know.
I'm just
Anyways,
playing.
so
Okay.
now that we've gotten all that out of the way, I've already given my pick. I've got the Nets in Game 7. Who do y'all got?
Steady.
As much as it pains me to say,
Same.
I'm gonna take Milwaukee.
Wow!
And I don't think-
I did not expect
I
you to
don't
say
think
Here's my thing.
I don't think Milwaukee gets out of the
So you
Eastern
think it's
Conference.
Philly
Well-
versus Suns in the finals?
No, he
Versus
thinks
Clippers.
it's Atlanta.
It's not going to be the Clippers.
He thinks Atlanta because he has
Oh, that's
Atlanta
true.
taken.
Alright,
So he has
what?
Atlanta in
So
the
you-
finals right now.
So you have Atlanta in the finals right now.
Yeah.
If they play Milwaukee, if Brooklyn
This
beats
Look at
Milwaukee,
it.
Brooklyn
Look
would
at it.
beat Atlanta, but Atlanta would beat Milwaukee.
Blasphemy.
Drew
It's
Holiday-
gonna be
Giannis,
Bucks.
Giannis doesn't
Drew
want
Holiday on Trae Young.
Chuck.
would be
Giannis
unreal.
does not want any part of Gallo. You know that Italian stallion. Bro.
Italian
He does
stallion.
not want any
All right.
part of that.
Bucks win this game. Bucks win next series. Bucks take whoever's coming out of the West because they're all trash.
It's a pipe dream. Okay? I thought the same thing, man. But they're just
On paper, they should
too
not lose.
Yeah.
But they do.
They
But
do.
they do.
And it's
But they do.
frustrating.
For me, it's tough. The Nets. I think the Nets are going to win this if Kyrie comes back and he's actually able to play. If James Harden is actually stepping up, because lately James Harden clearly.
See,
looks
I
like
just
he's
don't know
dominant.
what Harden's going to be.
Yeah,
and
that's
if
the
Kyrie's
thing. It's
back.
so.
But yeah.
Everyone is just injured, and
Assuming
gonna be-
Harden is still like this and Kyrie's out for 7, I take Milwaukee.
Yeah,
If
but if
Kyrie
Kyrie
somehow
comes back,
miraculously comes back
and he
I'm taking
plays
Brooklyn,
well,
obviously.
and I think
Or if-
Game
if
7
Harden-
KD is going to be different.
If Harden becomes real Harden, I'm taking Brooklyn. But
Oh, I'm easily
assuming he's
taking
on one leg
It's-
still, I
but
take
I
Milwaukee.
if we're
think
basing it
it's
off of
tough
what he's
because
been
he just
playing,
played
You
over.
know James Harden.
I gotta go with
perfected
the Bucks.
that 1 point or one.
No, one leg.
The
He's
one-legged
the
three-pointer.
corner.
He's just
One-legged
he's
three-pointer.
coming off of 2 games where he's played over 40 minutes as a hobbled man on one leg. I doubt he's going to be able to
I gotta go with the
recover.
Bucks.
It's the Bucks. Bucks through to the finals, winning the
Once
finals.
again, how about number 3-1?
Yeah.
That's
What do
interesting.
you mean once
Yeah.
again?
It says something about
Philly.
you.
You guys all had Atlanta, and I had Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about with the Clippers? Huh? Remember when you guys said Jazz were gonna win in 5, Mr. Fletch?
I didn't. Okay, you said you guys. I didn't say.
Yeah,
you
I was
went
referring
five.
to
I
Fletch.
said he was.
Yeah, I had Jazz in 5. I was
I
mistaken.
said the
I
Jazz.
meant
I
Jazz
didn't
in
say-
7.
I think I said
No.
Jazz in 7,
I
but I
might have
might
said
have
Jazz
just
in
might
five.
not
Yeah,
said
Jazz, schmazz, all that razzmatazz. Clippers in 4. Okay, get out of
I think we're a
here.
little fucking.
I think
We're a
we're
little past
Clippers
foe.
in
We're a
four
little
over
past
Phoenix.
foe. We're a little past foe.
Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. If you liked it, leave a like for us. Who do y'all think is going to win the series? Big Game 7 tomorrow could dictate the rest of the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. This has been The Last Word.